an issue with Ronke. Normally when you scoop it, if it's on the one bounce, then you'd see a different angle, you'd see a different method. But when it does go in like that, he's able to complete the roll and really not move the gloves. That's the giveaway for me. But it's tough to see from that angle. This angle will be even tougher, I think. Yeah, no, it's a struggle. So bear in mind that the soft signal is out, so there has to be conclusive evidence to overturn that decision. And if there's no conclusive evidence, then the on-field decision will stand, and Wayne Parnell will have his wicket, which looks like that'll be the case, because that is the best angles we have. Unfortunately, the batsman is in the way, so it doesn't give us that angle. And the third umpire, well, there's only one thing he can do, really, is pass it back down on field and get them to uphold the decision they gave in the beginning. This is the one, so the batsman obscures where this ends up. That's what I'm talking about. It just, if there's a scooping action, the wicketkeeper is moving forward. But if it does go in cleanly, I think he's rolling sideways, and I think that is okay.
The odd thing is, of course, there that Ahmed Shah Pakteen actually gave the batsman out, and then all of a sudden there was the consultation. You could see there from that replay with umpire Pakteen raising his finger.
If there's nothing else, there's the third umpire. It is what it is. You just got to go back on and say soft signal was out, therefore that's upheld, and you can tell the batsman to be on his way. This is the best he's going to get, and that's what I'm talking about. It just seems to be, when it comes through, that that's okay. But he is obscured, and it's very difficult to tell whether it went in cleanly from that angle or not. As you saw in the background, the index finger going up, and that's because he hit it. So he's probably giving it out based on the fact that he did get the inside edge. That's not in dispute here. What's in dispute is whether the ball carried or not.
I suppose I'm a bit old school here, Alistair. It would be great if we could get a situation where we could simply accept the word of the players. Did you catch it? Yes. I'm on my way then, from a batsman's point of view.
And you know when you've caught it, really. And I think Luke Ronke would say, guys, it's out, I've caught it. And if he's said that, then I agree with you. You should be happy to be on your way. That's the only decision that can come of that. Bear in mind that the soft signal upstairs was out. There was no conclusive evidence to overturn that. And Rasuli, what an innings he's played. 50 of just 27 deliveries. Been an outstanding hand here for the Bulk Legends. He has to go 229 for 6 now.
Ikram Ali Kale in at number 8. He's not exactly had a great deal of time in the middle in this tournament. 1 not out from 1 ball against Paktia, and 5 against Nangarhar from 8 deliveries faced. Well bowled, Parnell. Quite remarkable figures that Wayne Parnell is returning here, Alistair. He's got 4 deliveries left. He's got 1 for 16 out of a total of 230 for 6. And bear in mind, he bowled in the power play when Gale and Munawira were in.
Just goes to show how far everyone else has travelled. They have gone the distance here today. Right, getting their field just right. Marwais Ashraf, the big unit, will be on strike, and he'll be trying to find the boundary. Make no mistake.
It's gone straight up in the air. Rashid Khan's coming round to get under it, and he can't hold on. And it's gone for a fog maximum. Smagiza.
Gee, he had a fair crack at this. He was nearly off his feet, was Marwais Ashraf, and it didn't hit anywhere near the middle of the bat. But he's such a powerful individual. He was able to get it just over. Good effort from Rashid Khan. Have a look at this. It's gone up and up and up and up and continues. And, well, he can't make the grab in the end, Rashid Khan.
Fielder out on the boundary, sending that return in was Hazratullah Zazai, and we're going to need a Hazratullah special here if Kabul are going to get anywhere near this total. This Case Ahmed ready to go if required. 2 balls left in the innings. Hazratullah again.
Righto, 1 ball remaining, and there's quite remarkable innings of the Bulk legends. 238 for 6. Just to put you in the picture, they were 10 for none after 3 overs. And this is what's transpired. It's been outstanding hitting. 22 sixes thus far to go along with 12 fours. And is there one more? It's up in the air. It's gone a long way back. What a strike that is. A fitting way to end the innings. A spot geezer from Mirwais Ashraf. And after their allotted 20 overs, they have compiled a monumental 244 for 6.
23 sixes and 12 fours, and Mirwais Ashraf leaves with a smile on his face, and no wonder. 3 balls he's faced in the innings, 13 not out. And as if to rub salt into the wound, that was straight into the Kabul dressing room. That'll be a subdued place, that Kabul dressing room, because, goodness me, their bowlers have had an absolute hammering here. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Gale and Munawira, the new opening pair, they started off in very subdued fashion, but ended up adding 93 as an opening stand before Munawira departed. Rasuli came in and played a terrific hand himself. That's 2 successive days that he's batted beautifully in that number 3 position. A maiden 50 for him. This, remember, Chris Gale's 350th 2020 International. Mohammed Nabi got in on the act as well. There's the bowling figures. And if you're a Kabul supporter, look away now, because apart from the effort from Wayne Parnell, and even he got some stick towards the end, everyone else really did get hammered.
Right, let's go downstairs to AJ Mehra. I think he's got the universe boss with him.
Yes, that's right. I've got Chris Gale with me. Chris, what an innings. You know, a lot of people are waiting for this. Chris Gale to fire.
Yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for this. It's good to be among the runs today, and you know, to actually post a total like 244 on a very good wicket. You know, we have to give credit to, you know, we go about it in the batting department. Dilshan kind of take the pressure off me a bit early, so that was fantastic to build a partnership with him. And eventually, in the middle period, you know, I've been explosive. Actually, you know, get an half century, first one.
But I think the thinking from your point of view was very good. You know, you took a time initially, just waiting for the loose balls, and that free hit. After that, you really blasted all over.
Yeah, sometimes they tend to get the first boundary, and then, you know, things actually come into play. But you know, these guys are actually looking to bowl full, and you know, I think that's the best option on this wicket as well. You just wait my turn. You know, when the momentum come my way, then actually execute and make it count. You know, to be honest with you. But like I said, this is the best wicket, and I'm glad I get some runs. Hopefully in the next couple of games I can carry on, and hopefully in the semi-final as well.
But hard luck the way you got out. You know, missed that 3-figure mark. That's the only way Chris Gale could get out today.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's the game of cricket. You know, these things do happen, and you know, Darwish, you know, batted well, another 50 to his name, and you know, like I said, it's a good team effort batting wise. We got to go out there and defend it. It's a good wicket, and we'll see what happens at the end of the day.
And I think this should be enough for your side, isn't it?
Hopefully, inshallah.
All the best and well played. So that was Chris Gale. Is back to the comms out there.
Great entertainment from Chris Gale today, alongside Dilshan Munawira. Munawira, the Sri Lankan, making his first appearance of this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League 2018. And Darwish Rasuli as well. Look at that, with Mohammed Nabi adding 67 from just 27 deliveries. Wonderful entertainment that the Balk legends have provided. 23 sixes, 12 fours, and well, they have set an absolute mountain for Kabul to climb in order to win this match. the target. 245 runs from 20 overs. The asking rate, a pretty significant one, 12.25 runs to the over. We'll take a quick break now, and when we come back, we'll see how Kabul get on in their chase. Stay with us. Welcome back to Sharjah Cricket Stadium after a remarkable first 20 overs of action, with Bulk making 244 for 6. Dilshan Munawira and Chris Gale started off the fun and games. Remember, they scored only 10 from the first 3 overs, but then they went absolutely crazy. The ball went everywhere. 23 sixes in total. And Charu Sharma alongside me. Charu almost ran out of superlatives really for the hitting that we saw.
Yeah, Brian. I remain disappointed. Chris Gale left 20 runs short of what should have been a brilliant, memorable 100. That's how Munawira got out, and then of course Gale continued, but got out in the most bizarre circumstance later on. We'll have to say very, very unfortunate. Except for the Kabul's one-on point of view. They would have been delighted to see the back of him, because just everything disappeared out of the boundary line. He did just one hand at times. And of course, that gave so much confidence to the rest of the batsmen coming in. Rasuli did very well, and that signaled the end of the big man. So the only really unfortunate part of the whole day. Rashid did get one back, but I don't think he saw much reason to smile the rest of the innings.
Yes, once Gale and Munawira were out, it was the Darwish, Rasuli and Mohamed Nabi show. They really did blaze the ball again. Rasuli, in his second appearance of this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, played some wonderful shots for 50 in 27 balls, and Nabi, that was his departure.
Yeah, Nabi's big hitting was very impressive as well, Brian. Of course, they gave a couple of wickets away in the end. Thanks for the bowler, of course, who had been taken for many. And then Mirwais came in and struck a few big ones to take them to 244. 13 from only 3, so that's some strike rate. But of course, very top heavy. And for a change, we saw Chris Gayle doing what he does best. 80 from only 48. And after such a sedate start, I think he was 3 in 14 or something like that. So we can say 80 from only about 30 or so. Oh, well, no one wants to take this home, except maybe Parnell, who also went for a few in his final over. But you were saying then that he'd only given, what, 16, 17 in 3, and then got taken by Mirwais for a couple of sixes. Otherwise, very forgettable day for the bowlers, particularly for the no-ball man.
Yeah, what a remarkable day Farid Ahmed had, because he actually bowled a maiden, only the 4th maiden of this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, and then he ended up bowling an over of 4 no balls. He lost his run-up completely. A wide was in there as well. That over cost 33. And then Colin Ingram came on with his leg spin, and he bowled an over which cost 32. Really, the bowling figures, well, they were like some sort of horror show.
If you take the first 3, this is a silly stat, if you take the first 3 overs away, and you take those, the 2 overs where they gave so many runs away, what I'm trying to say is that this score is largely a 17-over score. Or maybe even 16. So, Mohammad Nabi, plenty to smile about. I wonder what they're talking about now. How do we defend this? Oh, it's going to be tough. You'll go out and enjoy yourself. I think the one thing Nabi did do, which I mentioned was very generous when he was talking to Alistair Campbell earlier on at the toss, is that despite the fact that captains at times are forced to keep that momentum going, or encouraged to anyway, saying, well, don't stop a winning combination. There's so much in cricket we keep hearing about, you know, don't ruin or change a winning combination. He made 4 wholesale changes, and some of them worked out really well for him so far. Now, Brian, this is not going to be overhauled, is it? Although, mind you, I'll say very quickly that the previous high was 218 by the Paktia Panthers in the opening match, and Kabul's one and actually got it. So they have batting, that's for sure. And this man particularly, wow, what an innings he played.
Yeah, an awful lot depends on Hazratullah, you would reckon, and of course Luke Ronchi as well. These two have got good form in terms of the partnerships they've shared. They added 144 when Hazratullah made the only 100 of the tournament so far, and Ronchi, of course, got a half-century in Kabul's last match they lost to Nangarhar after making a really good start this period. I think they added 80 for the first wicket, but then they lost their way. So these two know what they're doing, but it's going to be an incredibly difficult job, isn't it, to start off requiring 12.25 and over, and you have to go at that rate all 20 overs.
It just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it, to get 245 to win. Of course, I'll point out once again the difference between chasing and setting a target. When you are 10 runs from 3 overs and you're batting first, you can still accelerate crazily because you're not really concerned about what total you get to. You get to 150, 180, 244 in this case. When you're chasing, you're always so aware of the fact that you need to continue to go hard all the time. And if you're 10 runs from 3 overs, then all is over. Mohammad Nabi begins, as he almost always does.
Absolutely. Luke Ronchi, 50 in the last match from 31 balls in that game against Nangarhar. There's very little time for Kabul just to take stock here. They have to go hell for leather right from the off.
Yeah, well, Kabul cannot be telling themselves they got only 10 runs in the first 3 overs and we'll be okay if we get that. No, you won't. It's going to climb to 14, 15. Such a clever length. I keep saying that about Mohammad Nabi. I'm tired of saying that, but he gives nothing away. He keeps dropping it on the
Yes, he was hit in a couple of instances yesterday down there when he drifted onto the pads of Gurbaz. 2 overs for 29 yesterday. He was uncharacteristically expensive.
Once again, drops it right where he should. Well, they only have 240 runs left after this. It's a ridiculous mountain to climb. But, you know, we have enough evidence of the big hitting here, of Hazratullah particularly. Ronki, you just mentioned, got a very quick 50. So I do hope that Kabul make a fair bid at this and get to maybe 200 or so. And just give them a scare, Bulk.
Well, that was a scare between the wickets then. A little bit of a yes, no, excuse me between the two batsmen. All's well that ends well. Hazratullah's off the mark. It's 6 without loss.
How much more can a captain get from his batting side? Mohammad Nabi should be delighted. And Brian, I must also mention that his big hitting abilities are also very special. Look at that shy. He would have been there. He was watching the ball rather well, Hazratullah, so I don't think there was any danger there. But Nabi as well, he comes in a little late, and every once in a while when we chat with him, I say, hey, we missed your batting, because it's also electrifying. Just the calmness with which he hits the ball, and of course he hits it big. So also a very special bat, Mohammad Nabi. But this is the show that we're waiting for, the Hazratullah Zazai show. And who will have the last laugh? Will it be this man, Tarzan here? Will he get to flex his muscles, or will Hazratullah deposit many more of these balls outside the park here and cost the ACB a little more?
Yeah, Gulbuddin Naib, he's going to be bowling the second over. Joint leading wicket taker in the tournament. 11 wickets for him so far. Nabi, you're right about his big hitting. 37 today in just 15 balls.
Wide. Well, Naib, I think, a little aware of Hazrat's abilities. He should also be aware that his team's defending 245. So don't worry about it. Just go up there and bowl any way you like. It's going to be okay. Gulbuddin joint highest with Mujib, who, of course, struck gold in that last match of his. Took 4 fabulous wickets. Udana has been priceless. And Shahzad also very quick. Oh, up. And that may not carry all the way. Again, it had a fair amount of width, maybe too much. And Hazrat couldn't quite find the middle of the bat, but that's another fog boundary.
Yep, that was somewhere near the bottom of the bat, actually, but he's such a strong man. And, of course, there's no cover out in front of square on the offside in these early stages of the innings, holding the pose for the photographers. And a couple of bounces and a fog boundary.
We also know what Gulbuddin's trying to do, because we know Hazrat loves the leg. Hard, flat 6. Wow. I was about to say Gulbuddin and the rest of them would be aware that you don't allow Hazrat to free his shoulders. And he just did.
He loves it there. Still hasn't got a bat sponsor, but the more this tournament goes on and the more he keeps playing like this, surely one's in the offing. Oh, that was very strongly hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, much better. Full. Hazrat just about getting his bat down in time. A little lucky. Scamper across for a single.
Knowing how Simon Helmut goes about these things, the coach of the Balk Legends, I'm pretty sure, you know, the message has gone out to the Balk fielders that they should always be throwing at Hazratullah's end. He's a little bit lackadaisical at times in his running between the wickets.
His counterpart in the other team, Gale, not electric running between the wickets, but he doesn't need to. And even Hazrat here can just take it easy with the runs. Don't have to take unnecessary risks with either the singles or trying to turn them into two. If it goes to the boundary, he can hit the ball big, we know. 124 from just 55 for Hazrat, as we were focusing on Gale.
Slower ball. Case Ahmed, sorry, that's Darwish Rasuli at long on. Yeah, we've seen Gulbadin use that slower ball to good effect in the tournament so far.
Yeah, he's a pretty decent bowler. In fact, they got so many. Shirzad, we were about to mention. Shirzad bowled so well, quick, and of course with variety as well. That's what he's done so far. 4 for 12. Fabulous. You'll remember that match a long, long time. And of course, one of our leading wicket takers here in the Gulbahar, Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. Against Paktia, 2 for 19, 2 for 10, Nangarhar.
Good to see as well Ben Loughlin at mid-on, having a chat with him. Loughlin, the leading wicket taker in the history of Big Bash in Australia.
Oh, in the arc. Didn't quite get to the pitch of that, but Hazrat is so strong. Are we going to get tired of saying that? But he's truly a very, very strong individual, and manages to delay that shot just enough. Again, bottom of the bat, but finds the long on boundary for another Fog boundary.
Well, there's a deep wide mid-wicket placed specifically for that shot, but still Hazratullah managed to find the gap in the field.
And straight behind the bowler off the low full toss. Another Fog boundary. Very expensive by Gulbadin Naib this first over. 21 runs off it, and after 2, Kabul are 27 for no loss.
Second over for Mohammed Nabi from the Sharjah club end. Let's have a look at the last ball of that previous over. Clubbed down the ground. Low full toss. And that'll be 4 more. Another Fog boundary. Ronke getting in on the act.
Yeah, flying dive to his left, Gulbadin, after that over, but maybe just a shade late, and I wonder if it was too close to the square leg umpire, and that threw Gulbadin off just a bit. Well, there's the sweep, and the umpire doing well to get out of the way. And once again, we do have a deep square leg, so just the single. Those are dangerous shots against Nabi, but Ronke's got away with it twice in a row.
Case Ahmed, the leg spinner, out on the mid-wicket boundary. We'll see him a little bit later on. Oh, was there a little feather on that from Hazratullah? It's run fine. Wait for a signal. And there isn't one, so yeah, missed chance.
Yeah, Hazrat seemed to hesitate just a bit. Should I go for the big one? Maybe not against Nabi. And then it was just an edge. Didn't really move his feet too much. I'm gonna have to say he got lucky there.
It's a fairly healthy edge, so Ikram Ali Kale didn't really have an opportunity to glove it.
Another very good over by the wily off-spinning skipper of the Bulk Legends. And it'll end well too. 3 gone, 33 for no loss.
Let's have another look at that chance. I call it a chance, but it was such a healthy edge. You see, it barely touched the gloves of Ikram Ali Kale. Just flicked his pad in the end.
I'm quite convinced that Hazrat was trying to go big and then stopped the shot midway. And that just turns the keeper off once in a while when you expect the batsman to be going big, and then all of a sudden it just jabs his bat down. And I think the keeper had gotten up a bit, saying, oh gosh, where's this going to disappear? Tough job keeping. Better you than me, bro. There we go. In the arc. And that will go all the way again. That's Hazratullah's go-to shot. Didn't, again, for me, catch it 100%, but still the strength of that shot, taking it over the boundary line for a Fog Shpagiza.
Abdullah Mazari's first ball of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, and he goes the journey. And again, that's even further. Oh dear, welcome to the bowling crease.
Well, finally, Hazrat hitting the middle of the bat, the sweet spot. And yes, Mazari, welcome to the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. That's what's going to happen. He's got a crabby kind of action, darted it in, but it was in the arc, and Hazratullah, well, he just said, I'm going to take hold of this by the scruff of the neck. Terrific shot.
It's down the leg side. Quite unusual there, actually, a wide signalled. First two balls, he went to the side of the umpire. Now he's decided to go between the umpire and the stumps. Change of angle in his approach. Six more. Oh, goodness me. Unbelievable hitting. They've all gone in roughly the same area. And Mazari won't forget his APL debut in a hurry.
Well, so Kabul doing to Balk what Balk did to them. I think that just about stayed inside the stadium, so a ball saved. Now 6-6, wide 6. Remember, Balk took 33 of one, 32 of another. We got 19 now, 2 balls to go, 3 balls to go, beg your pardon. Of course, he now goes over the wicket. And should get the same treatment up in the air, this time on the offside. No cover there, over long off. Wow, Hazratullah Zazai. This is what we expected of you. Thanks for delivering so far.
They couldn't, could they? 245 they're chasing. They made a flying start. Oh, another one! Goodness me! You just wouldn't believe it, would you?
Well, almost hit the cameraman high up on the deep mid-wicket side, just to his left. Lucky that he's okay, but the ball's out of the park, so the ball box will come on in, and Mohammad Nabi might be chewing that gum a little harder right now, saying, oh, hang on now. Are we going to be chased? 245? No! Hazratullah, 50! In only 12 deliveries. There has to be some kind of a major record here. Hazratullah Zazai, fabulous innings. While we were just admiring the 6s, he's gone to 50. Brian's going to check this for sure. Only 12 deliveries. And up again into the night sky. He's done it. 6 6s in the over. Welcome to T20 cricket. Mazari can only smile. Had been taken apart. This is history. And Hazratullah Zazai has joined a very select band.
Oh, goodness me. I feel really privileged to have been here to see this. And that almost cleared the pavilion. And Mazari, well, that is what you call a severe hammering.
Well, it has to be the fastest 50 anywhere. Oh, that's a very legitimate appeal. And it could even be a run-out chance there.
Charu has Ratullah's 50 from 12 balls. He joins Yuvraj Singh in the ICC World 2020 of 2007, and Chris Gale for the Melbourne Renegades against the Adelaide Strikers in 2016 as the joint fastest 50 in the history of 2020 cricket.
Worthy of applause. What a special knock. And let's not talk about chasing 245, but just independently applaud what Hazratullah Zaza has done right here in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. And he goes big again. Doesn't quite find the middle of the bat, but they'll find another boundary. Fine leg was in. And square leg. Where do they place fielders for this man? Nabi, are you a little worried? You should be. Thanks, Brian, for those figures. So, joint fastest 50 in T20s. We'll take it. It's happened right here, right in front of us, right now.
Almost anti-climax there. The the single to Hazratullah. 62 from 16 balls, 4 fours, 7 sixes for him.
Nabi's bowled rather well in the middle of all of this. He's completing his third over now, 1 ball left, and given only 17.
Five overs gone. Remarkable. It's 77 without loss.
What a start here for the Kabul side. Absolutely unbelievable. 62 of just 16 for Hazratullah. Just see the 6 sixes. The first one clobbered on the onside. Some brilliant hitting. Great striking. Exactly what he was doing in the zone for him, in the slot for him. Going after the left arm spinner with a lot of ease. Absolutely fantastic. Saw that 100 from him the other day, and that exactly he's going about out here as well. And what a feat he's achieved. Never easy. Absolutely brilliant. 7 sixes so far, along with 4 fours. 16 deliveries. He's got to his half century. And with me in the comm box for the first time today is Alistair Campbell. Welcome, Alistair.
Well, they'll get through for 2. Hello, Jay. Hello, everybody. Yeah, this is something to behold. Really is. Outstanding hitting from Hazratullah, and Luke Ronchi, as he was in the previous innings, just a mere onlooker. 14 or 15 balls, where his partner is 62 of 16. Outrageous. Nice past the outside edge. Just looks like a different wicket when Luke Ronchi's on strike. Oh, we've got a game on here, big time. I just thought when I was down there that it was a good wicket. I didn't think it would be this good. Bowler's graveyard here tonight in Sharjah, and the batsmen are filling their boots. That's down the ground. That'll be another spagheeza. Well, he's in the act now too, Luke Ronchi, who was in the slot from Ben Lachlan, and he's plonked it over mid-off for 6.
Absolutely fantastic. Straight down the ground, exactly what he was doing. Full face of the bat, big stride forward. And there she goes. Fog maximum once again. Really, it's been a very bright start here. Almost like what the bulk legends did. And really, this run chase is on. This game is on. Thought that it's going to be a big score. Not able, going to be really difficult for the Kabul side. But it's been absolutely the start they wanted. Just what the doctor ordered for them. You can watch all the ball by ball action as well. cricinf.com. Log on to it, and you can watch every action of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League.
What was the previous best score of the power play? Oh, is this going to be out? It is. Gulbuddin Naib makes no mistake, and Hazratullah Zazai, his innings comes to an end. He's really peppered the boundary, but on this occasion, not able to get the length, not able to get the elevation, and pays the price.
Yeah, once again going for the big one. This time, not timing it too well. The pad also just turning in his hand. Finding the fielder in the deep. Gulbuddin Naib, a very good fielder. Good athletic catch by him. And a very fine innings. Comes to an end. 62 of just 17 for Zazai. Really played well. 86 for 1. So Javed Ahmadi, he walks in, 102 runs for him in the APL this season, the inaugural season. His best 39, hasn't got a big score. 131 his strike rate. Can't really tonk the ball, but really hasn't got that big innings under his belt so far. Last ball of the power play. Straight to the fielder, dot delivery. 6 overs gone, it's 86 for 1.
Mirwais Ashraf into the attack. He finished the innings really well with bat in hand, 2 lusty blows. But now he's got a bowl on the very pitch that he thought was quite nice to bat on. And it's going to be a test, it really is. He's got to be spot on. You've got to make sure all your variations are working, knowing full well that this is a batting paradise. Good start. He is bowling to the new batsman, so that'll make a bit of a difference. If he had come on when Hazratullah was still in, then it might have been a different scenario. This was the end of Hazratullah, just not able to get it out the centre of the bat, not able to get it out the middle. And Gulbuddin Naib takes a good running catch. They needed that. They needed to get back in the contest, but he's played another good hand. Brilliant innings.
Yeah, really was disappointed the way he got out, because he was looking so good, getting those 6 sixes under his belt. You mentioned about Hazratullah Zai, really a special player. He's got the gift of timing, the way he can really go after the bowling, make a mockery of the bowling. Got a brilliant 100 earlier in the tournament. At this stage, Bulk Legends was 75 for no loss. So Kabul just lost 1 extra wicket. They are ahead as far as the runs are concerned. Nicely played. Very nicely played by seconding that gap. That's going to be a fork 4.
Yep, there's nobody in that area. 5 leg up in the circle. Your square leg is pretty square. And Luke Ronke, he missed out earlier on. Not on this occasion. This time some more bet on it, and he knew straight away. Once he had helped it round the corner, timed it well enough, raced away for 4.
Yeah, nice swivel. Knew exactly what he was doing. Just on the pad line, Ashraf won't be very happy with that. Right in the block hole now, wanting a single, the non-strike or Ahmadi. Ronke was never interested in one. The target, although a massive one, really they haven't cashed the power play the first 6 overs. Exactly what Kabul required early on. He's a very canny bowler, Ashraf. He can mix his pace, use his cutters. He's bowled well so far.
That's straight to the fielder. So not able to cash in on that occasion, Luke Ronke. Just hitting it 2 square. If you're going at less than 10 to the over as a bowler on the surface, you've done a pretty good job. 244 for 6 the bulk legends got. So got to just make sure as a bowler you're not conceding too many boundaries and trying to just get them to hit it to the fielders, not only in the circle but on the boundary as well. That's a really good opening over. Just the 6 from it. 92 for 1.
So 7 overs gone, 92 for 1. Luke Ronchi is taking his time, 26 or 22. Hazratullah, what a fine effort. 62 of just 17 deliveries for him. Ahmadi new to the crease. Ingram, Zaman, Laurie Evans, he's been in form so far. So they have the batting depth. Good delivery. But yes, you can also create your own fantasy side, test your skills, win big real cash. And you can log on to myteam11.com. Surely a man like Hazratullah, the talent he's got, he'll be in my team. What a talent he is, Alistair.
He certainly is in this form of the game. He's a big unit and he hits it miles. Well, using his feet, Luke Ronchi, and a little bit of outswing from Gulbuddin Naib. Just a hint of movement in the air, and it gets past the outside edge.
Yeah, just a movement, and that was enough. Bit of lateral movement. Scramble seam, although, but coming down the track there. Trying that big, expansive drive on the offside, missing it completely. These are going to be important overs. The field can be spread after the power play. So more protection in the deep. That's in the air, just falling short of the fielder.
I think if I'm a seamer, I'm trying to bowl as many Yorkers as possible, because then you're taking out the pitch, and that's the flat surface. Anything that you were relying on to bounce on this pitch first, we know it's coming on very nicely, and we know that it's good for batting. So if you're a seamer, you just want to be trying to bowling Yorkers. Pretend that you're bowling at the death and just get up there full straight. And if you want to mix it up, then maybe the odd slow ball, but think nothing else. There we go. There's a slow ball, well bowled. Oh, I'll tell you what, if that had been a direct hit, he was gone. He didn't even try and slide the bat. He jumped up in the air, Luke Ronchi. And it's okay now that there wasn't a direct. He's still there. I'll tell you what, this will be very interesting. I think he was out.
Yeah, you're right. I think just seeing his reaction as well. Oh, he was struggling. Would have been a goner. Just require a direct hit. Makes a big difference.
Yeah, there's a length ball. You don't want to be bowling there. It evades the fielder at mid-off and goes away to the boundary for 4. Valiant effort from Ben Loughlin. But length balls, you're inviting the batsman to play a big shot, and invariably on a surface like this, the batsman wins.
Intent was very good. Straight over the bowler's head, knew exactly what he was doing. Tried his best in the end, but in vain. That ball was really hit. Well timed. Another 4 for Luke Ronchi. That's the 4th boundary for him. He's already hit a 6 as well. Just trying to up the ante now. Oh, that's brilliant. In the gap. Going to be back-to-back boundaries to end the over. 8 gone. It's the 100 up as well. 102 for 1. Both the 50s coming in quick fashion. The first one, 21, when Hazratullah was out there. Then 27, the second one. So they're doing well. Last ball, previous over. Once again, a very good boundary. Just bowling lane deliveries, and he was up to it. Just waiting for that. As rightly mentioned, Alistair, they got to be bowling block hole deliveries right out there. The Yorkers. Once again, the length stuff. Not timing it too well this time.
Yeah, you're asking for trouble as far as I'm concerned as a seamer. If you're bowling length balls on the surface, you've got to treat it as though you're bowling in the last over. Just get your head right, get it on there and just say, right, this is what the situation is, and just pretend that's what you have to do, because any length balls, wow, they're disappearing. That's better. That's up in the block hole. Batsman can't get underneath it and make him hit it to your sweepers. And that's exactly what should be going through Mirwais Ashraf's head. And obviously Gulbuddin Naib, we saw in the last over, he good slow ball, he bowled a couple in the block hole, missed out, bowled length on a couple of deliveries and went for a couple of boundaries.
That's played well. He's finding those gaps up. Oh, colliding into each other. That could be painful. Just hope he's okay out there.
Gee whiz, I tell you what, that was a fearful blow between the two advancing fielders. One of them's fine, the other's not so fine. It's not what you want to see on a cricket field. They were both hurtling after the ball, trying to make the save, and just couldn't bail out in the end. It was perfectly in the gap by Javed Ahmadi. And have a look at this. They both got their eyes on the ball. And then look up at the last minute, Mohammad Nabi. There's the shoulder goes into the jaw. That's the problem. Mohammad Nabi's up. He's fine. But who's the other guy? It's Usman Ghani. He's the guy that's taken a bit of a blow here. He gets the elbow into the jaw. So I think he's the one that's in trouble. Mohammad Nabi will feel a bit lightheaded, but he'll get up. He'll be fine, but not this bloke. And you don't want to see this. This is not good at all. He's in trouble.
Yeah, you're right. I think really is feeling the pain. Just hope that he recovers at the earliest. Really sad to see colliding into each other. You're right, that elbow hitting up. Oh, and he went down after that. Mohammad Nabi just rolling over the skirting, but Usman Ghani, I tell you what, he's in pain.
Yeah, and he's a big unit as well, Mohammad Nabi. So let's just hope that everything's okay. The physios and we're out there quickly, but I just think they need more than the physio. They need some medical attention. And there is an ambulance that hangs out the back there. There are medical staff. I think that's what's needed on the field. They need to get that out there and get a stretcher there and get this bloke in some prime medical care. Well, here we go. There we have it. And Ben Lachlan providing some assistance as well, carrying on the stretcher. And there's another one coming on as well. So finally, we've got some medical assistance, because that's what's required. My word. In any other sports, rugby I'm talking about, and the contact sports, this is what's expected, but not on a cricket field, and you don't like to see it.
Yeah, really sad to see. Really sad. Colliding into each other. Really is in pain. Can't really leave the field, so the stretcher being called for. The last thing you want to see on the cricket field.
Well, a good sign is that he's sitting up. So that for me is makes things a little bit easier. If he was still lying prone on the ground and wasn't moving, then you would think there was a bit of trouble. But I think that he's been forced into the upright position, and he's slowly, as the seconds tick by, just gaining a bit of consciousness and a few of the faculties as well. Such a good game of cricket as well. I mean, the ball is disappearing everywhere. This is just another look at it in the gap perfectly. And you can't blame. Both fielders are looking at the ball and then suddenly look up and, oh, Mohammad Nabi, he's the bigger unit. He puts the hands up first. And the shoulder elbow area just connects with the jaw of Usman Ghani. So I'm glad that it looks okay. I think you'll have a bit of a headache, make no mistake. But precautionary measures being taken, and quite rightly so. And he'll just go for some checkups, go for a scan maybe, just make sure that everything's A-okay.
Yeah, you're right. I think always better take the precaution, and just got up a bit as well. So hopefully he'll recover pretty quickly. But at the moment, getting the attention and much needed attention there for Usman Ghani. Phil Simmons, the national team coach of the Afghanistan cricket side, that has done so well recently, just having a close look exactly what's transpiring. Really the saddest thing you want to see on a cricket field, any injury.
Right, so while they deal with Usman Ghani, have a look at this earlier on. This was Hazratullah. He's with the 6 sixes. This is when history was made here in Sharjah. Some of the cleanest hitting you will ever see. I'll tell you what, this bloke has got an eye for a ball. And they didn't just clear the boundary, they went a long way over the boundary. Huge, massive blows, no bigger than this one. It went straight down the ground and straight onto the roof. Excellent innings from Hazratullah. They could have done with a bit more of him, to be honest. Kabul's 1-0. But 62 of 17 balls, 7 sixes and 4 fours. Outstanding stuff from the young man. It's not for the first time in the tournament as well. Who could forget his 124 the other night, and he's followed that up with a quick fire 62 here today.
Yeah, this is the fastest 50 as well so far in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League from Hazratullah Zai. He's been amongst the runs. He's really looked good. You see the fastest so far.